Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to get into another one of our EDC or everyday carry videos in regards to a multi-tool that we're going to be reviewing. We reviewed a couple multi-tools in the past, and today we're going to review another one. Now this one is known as the Flissa 16-in-1 multi-tool, and this is actually a clone of the Leatherman Wave Plus. And we actually reviewed another clone of the Leatherman Wave Plus. I'm not going to say that whole name again, but the Wave Plus, we reviewed another clone of that previously. And you could check back in the videos and back in the past videos for that. And I've actually mentioned this tool in that. So here now we're going to actually be able to review this tool and see. And from what I understand, that it's supposed to be a little bit better of a clone. Let's just jump right into it. So I haven't really fiddled with this thing much, opened it once. So there's really looking at it almost the same time you guys are. And so one thing I will say here is the case. I'm going to bring another tool in for reference, just to kind of take a look at that. This right here is the Leatherman Wingman. And I just want to point out just the case, how the quality of the case is actually very good, very tight. They actually make the, though there aren't as many, stitching and parts to it like in this Leatherman case, it still fits a snug, tight fit. And the reason why I'm pointing that out is because in the other Wave clone that I had presented on the channel, I'm forgetting the name at the moment right now. Just check back with the other past videos that I had, but the other Wave clone, Wave Plus clone that I showed, the case was not very tight. It had a lot of extra space in it, a lot of extra wiggle room, and it wasn't a big deal in regards to the quality, because what you were paying for the price of the tool was something close to around, it actually was more than this one. It was maybe about $40 or something to that effect. But the problem now is once you see that they can give you just as good quality in the case as a Leatherman for less than the price of the other clone, then it makes you say, okay, well, that becomes a negative on the other one's part and a positive on the Flissa's part in regards to that. So that was just something I want to point out because I really actually like that. So jumping into the tool, like I said before, this is a Leatherman Wave clone. I keep putting that W in front of the Leatherman, calling it a Leatherman Wave Clone Plus. And essentially, you're getting pretty much all those same tools for a fraction of the price. Now, this thing goes on Amazon. I'm going to put the link in the description and where you can purchase it. But this goes for $30. And usually it's offered with a $10 coupon. So it's not bad on a price. And you get pretty much everything you would get inside a Wave, even though I don't own a Wave, so I can't really tell you all the things that are on it. But if you look at the general, look it up and look at what it has, you'll see that this thing has pretty much the same stuff. So before I open it, sorry, I'm a little bit rambling. Let me jump into the outer tools now. Here you have your straight blade or straight edge knife. You got the lock mechanism there. What do they call that? Liner lock. It works fine, no problems. Now, over here you have the file. Diamond edge file is what they refer to it as, I guess, for this side, and regular file. And you have file edge on the thin side as well. So, pretty standard. On this side here, you have your serrated blade. Now, one thing I'm going to jump into, not with the serrated blade here, there's no problems with serrated blade at all. One thing I'm going to jump into as far as this saw is that, so here, I'm able to pull the saw out with no problem. The issue that I had with the other Wave clone tool, and I wish I could remember the name of it right now. I'm having a brain fart. The the Rock Tall, I'm pretty sure it was. I don't want to take the time to pause and go look it up right now because I don't want to disturb the video, but I'm pretty sure it's the Rock Tall. And you can look at my past videos and it's up there. But so if I'm saying that wrong, just apologize. The fact that I didn't take the time to go look that back up, but I believe it's the Rock Tall. And that clone, I had issues with the saw going so far in for whatever reason that I couldn't actually reach to get it out. And so here I don't have that problem. So that part is actually very nice. So that's a plus there. But you're going to see later on that I end up having a different problem with this one. It may not apply to all of them, but I have that problem. So here we're going to open up the pliers. And then in this one, where the Rock Tall actually did not have replaceable wire cutters, this one does, just like the Wave Plus, which is pretty nice if that's what you prefer. I think most people consider that to be an upgrade versus, you know, the standard ones that are not like that. They cross. You can't really see it that well, but they actually cross there. So some certain pliers, certain wire cutters, I'm sorry, don't have it where they touch or cross. And, you know, I'm just going to point that out with my Wingman right now, just to show you. You see, it doesn't necessarily completely touch. So I'm just pointing that out because that might be a thing where most people might say, oh, you know, why is he even pointing that out? Isn't that standard with everything? But it's not. So obviously these, for those who don't know, even the Leatherman is like this. It doesn't have a spring loaded, so it doesn't bounce back, similar to this, the Wingman. And I'm not using this as a comparison to the Wingman per se, but I'm just all tools in general. I'm just making that reference. So it doesn't have that spring feature, but neither does the Leatherman. So it's not like you're missing out per se. Let's see. Obviously, this is the one that's coated in black. You can get the one that's looks all metal. Now you have a ruler here. These are inches and these say centimeters. And it continues over here, going up to, I guess you could say roughly 8, even though you don't have the 8 denomination. So maybe it cuts off short of being 8, but you have the 7 here. And the centimeters here going up to 19. And I don't know how much someone would use something like that, but it's still an option. You know, you can go like this. Now, that in itself is kind of funny because I just noticed now, depending on how you have it and how angle straight it is, you probably aren't going to get a good measurement with that, depending on if they're slightly open or not. So just want to point that out. But anyway, so I'm going to start on this side because normally I would start on this side last, but because it's the bread and butter of the tool, I think, because it's what's different versus, say, the Leatherman with its proprietary drill bits, screw. Well, for right now, I'm just gonna say drill bits because I'm waking up in the morning and I'm having a brain fart. So yes, these they have their proprietary screwdriver bits, where in this case this one has a, what do you call it, 3/4 inch. Is that what they call this again? I'm out of it this morning, but obviously you guys who watch this kind of stuff on a regular basis know what I'm talking about. I apologize for that. Just waking up early in the morning. So this has this with a little ball joint in it. So that way, a ball indent, so that way you can, that it locks in place, and similar to the Rock Tall version. So there's no problem with that. And a lot of people see that as a positive. You have here the mechanism that locks, you can press it and then it closes down. This is actually, for a lot of people, considered a major positive because, you know, if it's not like a proprietary type of design where it only fits their versions. You can pretty much put any 3/4 inch bit, correct me in the comments if I'm saying that wrong, 3/4 inch bit into the tool. So in that case, whatever you have laying around, you can utilize. In addition to that, obviously, it's just, you know, a little more just compared to Leatherman's proprietary bits, which are usually very flat. This is very dimensional. So, you know, it's definitely better in that regards. A lot of people who use these things know, and they'll tell you right off the back, it's better in that regards. And I actually hear that these ones are more durable too, that Leatherman's proprietary design is actually kind of soft, but I don't know that firsthand. Now, the issue that I actually had with this tool, maybe it will break in over time, is that this side with the rest of the tools on this side, actually I have a hard time getting all of them out. Maybe that was just the first time around, so we'll see. So, because it is a little tight right now. So here you got the flathead screwdriver, which, because you get a flathead screwdriver on this side, I think it's almost like repetitive, but it is what it is. Here you have one that's very small, similar to what you'd use for eyeglasses, which is fine. Be careful with that because that can be sharp sometimes. This, maybe when it's worn in, it will come out so much easier. I couldn't get it out before the first time without a tool. Now I was able to get it out. So it probably will wear itself through a little bit easier. And it's got a lot of oil already on it. So maybe that's just got to wear in. This is the can opener. And that's the wire stripper. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong about that. And then you have... doubles as a can opener and a bottle opener. So forgot to mention that and point that out. Now the scissors, okay. I guess it just needs to wear in because the first time I did it, I couldn't get these things out. So what I was going to comment as a possible flaw, I can't really say is a flaw now because I didn't have a problem getting them out now. The only issue at the time was that when this is brand new, I had to get a tool to actually get them out. Sorry if the camera's a little off, the tool's a little off camera. I was looking at it outside of the camera. But yeah, so the scissors seem to work. No problem. Now, one thing I will mention is I haven't really tested them out on anything. Let me see if I have something I can kind of test out real quick. I got some paper right here, which I actually have to use for something, but so I won't tear it up too bad, but it works. So if it's just for things like paper, I'm not going to be one of those guys who start testing about paracord and all that other kind of stuff. But, you know, I think the tool is definitely better than the Rocktal, in my opinion. Not that it's trying to make a comparison video, but I definitely think it's better. I like that you can get it in black to be a little different. And yeah, I don't really have any problems with it. The one problem I was going to say has now been rectified at the fact that it just took some time for this to loosen up. Now I can get it with no problem and get every tool out of here with no problem now. And I think that I'm definitely going to end up holding on to this because for the price that was paid, $30 plus 10% coupon, you really can't beat that. So this is the Flissa 16-in-1 multi-tool wave clone. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video.